guys, I'm Tash. Hola, camera. That was really bad. Why is this so hard? Why? Why is talking to you so hard? Hello. Hello there. Oh god, that was dreadful. I'm an actor, apparently. I am Tash. Tash. Tash, 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 Tash. Clearly I'm not a singer. Right, take 57. Hey guys, I'm Tash, affectionately known as Trash by the wonderful autocorrect, and welcome to my channel. I'm hoping it's gonna get less weird saying that, because the first time, I think I said it 50 something times before I actually got it out without it sounding super weird. But for now, I will just smile and wave. I hope this never sees. I hope this never sees. Why can I not speak? Anyway, I've been using this channel a bit selfishly as a place to just dump all of the tapes I do in my acting class with the hopes that one day I can look back on them and feel like I've actually learned something and that I am in fact improving. But I realized, why not turn it into something else and perhaps share some of the stuff I've learnt along the way thus far. So after squeezing my brain juices, I realized that I'm actually not a very creative person. So what I came up with was Diary of an Actor. Original. It's very self-explanatory. It is going to be the diary of an actor. Hopefully, what I lack in creative flair, I at least make up for with my straightforwardness. But I figured that it was time to try and form a sentence. And the big problem I found since being in the acting industry is that it's really not straightforward at all, unlike most other industries. So for a bit of context, when I finished school, I went and thought it would be a great idea to get a law degree. In fact, it was a double degree, so it was law and commerce. It was a less than stellar idea, but I did it anyway, and point being, it was quite straightforward. So you do the same thing that you do in school. You go to school, you do your classwork, you get grades that are good, you get into university, you do the same thing. You get a job, you climb the corporate ladder. That all made sense. And that is what school prepares you for. For the most part, whether or not you get a job is based on your skill level and your attitude. When I finished uni, I decided to jump ship and become an actor. Smart plan, Tashels, smart plan. All of a sudden I was back at square one. In fact, if it's possible to be less far than square one, I was there. I was square minus one. In an industry with no idea how things worked, how to get a job, how to get an agent, whether I even needed an agent. And everything that I learned by years of trial and error. And it's still the same. You never have any idea how to get to the next level, but once you get to the next level, it all makes sense as to how you got there. But trying to claw your way up there, absolutely nothing makes sense. Don't get me wrong, it's a really interesting industry, and when you're working, it can be amazing. But getting there can be a pain in the bum. So I've decided to document things as I go through, taking you on hopefully my journey from start to working actor. That's a lie. I'm already a working actor. I work full-time doing voiceover, but I'm gonna translate that to the screen one day. So you're gonna see the wins, the miserable fails, I don't know, watching me watch my own face on TV, that's gonna be a weird one, or even weirder, and I've had this happen already, hearing your own voice trying to sell you a product. So you're sitting in your sound booth just listening to some Spotify music, and then some voice comes on that sounds like the British version of you, and in fact, it is you trying to sell you a product you don't need. That one was weird. So thus far, where I'm at, I finished my law degree at the end of 2016, and that is when I moved from Perth to the east coast of Australia.
Crikey.
I spent 4 years on the east coast of Australia between Sydney and Melbourne, and then, in the middle of the pandemic, I decided to move to London.
Good show.
I've actually loved it, so I'm glad I did it, but not in the middle of a pandemic. I have done a bunch of shorts, web series, some theatre, bunch of adverts. Nothing too significant just yet in terms of my on-screen or physical acting stuff. However, whilst I was doing all of that, I decided to spend a lot of time learning behind the camera things and exploring other aspects of what I could do as an actor. So in the span of 12 months, I went from 0 to 6 figures with voiceover work. Most of what I do is corporate commercial, the occasional short audiobook, bit of foreign dubbing, whatever I can get my hands on really. I also decided to teach myself behind the camera stuff. So how to film, how to light, how to operate sound. I did a lot of on-set sound operations, so the person holding the boom pole, that used to be me. How to take my own headshots. Most of the headshots I have taken are very advanced selfies. And then more recently, I converted into voiceover work because I decided that working minimum wage in hospitality for the rest of my life until I started getting more traction as a screen actor was not going to happen. And I preferred having a lucrative career that gave me the flexibility to essentially work when I wanted and pursue the acting full time. My aim is to hopefully share some of the things I've learned and help you out, whether it's starting voiceover or once I start booking more work, helping you book work. Anything I can do to make the journey easier for you, or just, I don't know, maybe somebody finds it interesting and wants to listen along, because our industry is really, really weird and it's nothing like anything you've probably been through before if you're not in this industry. If there's anything in particular that you want to know based on what I just told you, or anything you see in other videos, drop me a comment about it. I'm more than happy to do a video. But in the meantime, I think you're supposed to hit the subscribe button so you can keep up with things and follow along in my journey. Also, side note, still going to be posting all my self-tapes. Might break some of them down in terms of, I get a lot of questions about the setup that I have, or, you know, how I record sound for my self-tapes, all of that jazz. I will go through all of that. Or if you have pieces that you think I would be great, if you've seen a show and you're like, she could have been in that, flick them my way, because I always need more scenes for class. Scenes, monologues, whatever. If someone tells me to do Shakespeare, I will give it a go.